willies. It is I, Victor Garsley.
It's me, the Crow Boy.
It is me, Mr. Graves.
And it is me, Frankenstein.
Wow, we did a perfect intro then, I think.
It was a bit weird that everyone went, it is me, though.
Is that me?
Imagine doing that. Imagine doing that in like a business meeting. Hi, it is me, Joe.
Tis I.
Hi, Joe. Is I your boss?
Lord Ghastly.
Introducing.
Coming out like a wrestler.
Yeah.
And who was your favourite wrestler coming out? What do you think? What was your favourite intro of a wrestler? I mean, we're talking like Attitude, SmackDown era here. None of this new
Attitude.
Well, I don't even know any wrestlers now. Mankind? I don't know. He was my favourite. The one with, what was he when he had the sock puppet? Was he?
Yeah, that was Mankind.
Yeah, that was Mankind. Yeah.
I used to like Kane when he used to come in with his mask. He used to be like,
yeah, me too.
And then he was Kane the firework boy.
He was Kane the firework boy.
I was flicking through TV the other day and WWE was on Wild Wildlife Fund, and no. So I was watching. There was wrestling on the other day, and I'm pointing to my TV by the way, and they obviously there was no crowd, and they're still like going like yeah, ooh, like coming up, and I'm like, oh, this is really cringy because you can hear like.
It's worst.
You can hear like every like thing going on. You can almost hear him going, "I'm going to do this move now." All right, cool.
It's been like that for quite a while now. WrestleMania was even like that as well. It was weird.
I mean, I was totally up for some social distance wrestling, to be honest.
What does that involve? Does that just involve like touching chairs against each other?
Yeah.
Matt, you did a really good job of not introducing the podcast for anyone that's new.
Oh, yeah.
You dived in straight in.
I thought we had a perfect intro.
Yeah, you went, this is the perfect intro. Hey, do you remember wrestling?
This is Sin and Jim podcast.
Welcome everyone.
Welcome. Yeah, this is a podcast that we talk
wrestling special. Apparently,
we talk about only wrestling. This is all your up to date wrestling news. All the best types of wrestling move, the best kind of ladder, the best kind of chair and table for wrestling, and other such.
Still.
So, how are we doing, guys? We all feeling good, healthy, creamy since last podcast?
Not bad,
pretty much.
Not bad.
Exactly the same.
Oh, good.
A little bit of a tip with Amazon, but apart from that,
oh yeah, how comes? Yeah. What happened?
Well, I've been picking up my guitar more recently, so I thought ordered myself some new strings. It's been a while, so I picked up. Ordered a pair of strings and
just a pair.
Get a note through. Yeah, just one. Just you know. Tease it in a little bit.
One massive string.
One massive string, yeah. So ordered my strings and then got a little note through on my email saying it's been hand delivered to Reston. I'm like, oh, let's go get my strings, tune it up and everything. No, nothing's come through. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I get in contact with Amazon. It's like, no, you have to wait till Thursday just in case they've made a mistake. And I'm all like, some random fucker has got my Cobalt Ernie Ball strings somewhere.
What could they be doing with them?
No, and I was very upset. And I know this isn't interesting to other people, but I don't care. I was angry. Fuck you. And I ordered some D&D dice. I'm done.
Wow.
Okay.
I expected that story to go somewhere. And it really didn't.
It did not.
No.
Well,
Welcome to Sin and Gin podcast, guys. For all your latest boring news.
I remember when I used to live in a past address, when the postman couldn't deliver, he always used to put, "Is in a safe space." This safe space was chucking it over the fence, the back fence, and then the dog would just eat it. It was like, great, thanks.
I've been finding it weird. Like I've had a few takeaways, or even just getting anything delivered, and then because obviously I'm living in my flat, so they'll do the buzzer and I have to let them up. So they come up, and I'm there looking through the keyhole, and then they just knock on the door like, "There you are," and I'm like, "Thanks," like some sort of weird creep, like behind the door, like waiting for my parcel. Like they leave, I open my door, I'm like, just like grab my parcel and come back in, and it's just some like descaling tablets. So,
oh wow!
I had it before where a takeaway guy was already back in his car when I answered the door. I was like, "Oh, okay, cheers, mate." Thanks very much.
Are the descaling tablets to get rid of your lizard scales?
Yes, yes. Once a year, I shed my skin, and then I eat it for nutrition.
Yeah, sometimes there's just a few stubborn ones left. You just need to get rid of them with descaling tablets.
Have a cheeky little pick.
The skin from my foreskin is fucking hard work.
Well,
man.
it's so long, isn't it? It drags on the floor.
It goes exactly. It's like it's like thick elephant skin.
I have to open it up.
Foreskin.
Can we talk about one thing though, Matt? Can we talk about the fact that we have a group chat called the Billy Rebel group chat, and we chat on it all the live long day. And one of the things Matt put in there the other day was like, have you guys got to the point where you've got Dad Willy yet? Where it goes a bit brown? And I was just like looking at it while I was working, and I was like, oh, I'm going to disregard that for now. And then they all started talking about it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean though?
I know what you mean.
Like when you're younger, like, I don't know, your dad would, like, I don't know, just go to the toilet or just get out of the bath or whatever, you know. And he's got a bit of a brown willy. Like, I'm a white family. And then it's something you completely forget about. And then as you get older, you're like, have I got a dad willy? have I got a brown dad willy? I'm not saying my willy's brown, but it's certainly a darker tone than what it was when I was younger.
Well, leave it alone then.
Maybe it's bruised.
Use it too much.
Maybe you should just stop touching it for a few days and you'll find it lighten right up.
You need to stop whacking it out on your balcony to random strangers.
I'm 33 and I'll do what I want.
Anyway,
do what I want in the
internet. Just imagine chatting out your window. Is my willy brown?
I'm really sad, you know, guys.
Oh.
My balcony has gone. My scaffolding has gone. I know. F, I know. So I'm pretty pissed off. But so I'm just going to float outside.
Just hang out the window like this.
Yeah. One of Michael Jackson's kids.
Yeah.
Just asking one of your neighbours to hold on to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Bit up.
Like Simba.
Yes.
Yeah. So, for those who have tuned in for the first time or tuned in for the 12th time, 13th time, I don't really know anymore. 13th time, that's it. So, in this podcast, we've got just dropped a pencil. Don't worry about that. We've got a number of things coming up. So, we've got the regular Count Factula. We've got a quiz from Mr. Graves that we don't know anything about. We've got shit news, where you can get all your daily, weekly, monthly news. A game, I haven't got a better name for it than Drugs or Lord of the Rings. Speak for that. And as ever, the Blank O Mattic. That's what's coming up. So,
sorry, before we carry on, I think we should also mention that the last podcast we did was with the wonderful Mr. Professor Elemental.
The wonderful Mr. Professor Elemental.
Yep.
That's a very long name.
Lord, Sir, Professional...
Professional Elemental.
Yeah. I mean, he is very professional, which went very well. Good catching up. He's a good chap, and I love him. I want to be inside him.
Don't we all?
Congratulations.
That was beautiful.
So I think we should do some Count Factula.
I think we should. Blech.
Why not?
I've got facts for you. You've got facts for me. Well, here comes Count Factula to train you with his facts.
I am Count Factula.
Oh, hello, Count Factula.
Hello there.
Oh,
how do you do?
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah, he's the uptown Count Factula.
hi guys, it's me, Count Factula.
Oh, now the party's getting started.
Count Factula's here. Count. Not tonight, baby. I'm Count Factula.
Oh wow! So. Wow. And we were doing so well before that.
No, we weren't.
No, we weren't. No, we never do. So this is Count Factula. This is your weekly dose of facts. They're not well researched. They're spurious at best, but we love them and we try our best. So today's first fact is going to come from the lovely Ash/Frankenjean.
Oh, me. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Right. Well, so mine is actually a collection of facts today. I thought I'd pick a theme and go from there. So I've picked bathrooms/toilets with lovely thoughts of Dave as I was going through my list.
But, sorry, Ash, before you carry on, remember that a bathtub is not covered under contents insurance. It's covered under building insurance.
Yeah, I forgot one. Well, it's gone from 13 to 14 now, so it's all good. Okay, right. Okay, so to start with, we've got a lot of them are sort of based in history and then just some random ones that, I don't know, I just found slightly interesting. So, number one, Elizabeth I was the first person to have a flushing toilet. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Right. Number two, Thomas Crapper didn't invent the toilet. He actually invented the flushing system that we know in toilets.
Okay.
So, number three,
Controversy.
during Tudor times, a toilet was just sticking your ass out the window.
That's a lot of floating
Tudor
bum holes, isn't
Hey,
there?
look, guys, that's the Britain I want back.
Yeah. That's the Brexit that I want.
Fuck these
imagine-
European porcelain toilets. Fuck them.
I just want to shit out my window.
Straight from
I couldn't have
Brussels.
done that with my. I couldn't have done that with my scaffolding, could I? I would have had just loads of turds on the wood.
And you would have
Save them
slipped.
for later.
Well, that's why you've got to
Dried
practice your projectile pooping, Matt. Come on.
My once a week pooping.
Yeah.
How powerful is your prostate?
Slough.
Hey. Just ask my exes.
Anyway, moving swiftly forward. Number four, right, going back to sort of Roman times, which is one of Joe's, he might even notice, and I'm not sure if this one's actually been mentioned in the Sin and Gin before, but Romans used to wipe their asses with a sponge on a stick dipped in water,
Yeah.
and it was communal. That's just
Ooh, communal.
yeah, and the toilets were as well, so it was just one long bench that everyone used to sit and have a natter, basically.
Do you know what they used to keep them in, like to keep them clean? This will make you cringe. So yeah, they did have a communal sponge on a stick, and it was kept in a bucket of vinegar to keep it clean. So you better hope there's no cuts on your bum.
Oh, you don't want piles, do you?
Spicy.
Don't want any
Spicy
bum
poo.
grapes.
Yeah.
Well, they would be going straight back up, wouldn't they?
Maybe another one that maybe number five, Joe may know again because I know he knows his bits, but it was considered rude to leave a Roman dining table to go to the toilet. So it was customary for a servant to bring a pot over so you could take a piss at the table. And then on a side note, completely unrelated, but at the same time, obviously, if you were full and there was more food, you would just vomit into a bucket and continue eating. So that's fun.
True. But the misconception is that you would do it in the vomitorium, which is not what that was designed for.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. See? Right. Number six, spend a penny. Do you know where the term spend a penny comes from?
No.
Yeah, it used to cost. Didn't it used to cost a penny to use public toilets?
Basically, yeah, like essentially what it was back in the day when public toilets around, it started in the 1850s, you had coin-operated locks on public toilets, which were mostly in the UK, and for women, because men's urinals were actually free, so it was women that had to pay for that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Fucking...
That's the Brexit I want. I want to shit out my window and women to pay for the toilet.
Okay, I've got another one here, number 7. Elvis Presley's last words were, "I'm going to the bathroom to read." There you go.
Is that what people do? Sorry. Is that what people do? I've noticed this, right? I've never owned a bathroom in which I've put literature in, but I've noticed that, Matt, you have some books in your toilet, and I've been to a lot of toilets with books in. Mm-hmm. I suppose people didn't have phones before very recently.
Which is actually linked to the next one.
Well, at my mum's house, they actually have like a pile of books, but I mean they're literally like toilet books. So they're like these short books that are like they're literally, it'll be like a book on just facts, and so you can sit down and you can just pick something up and read something for like 5 minutes, and then put it down. They're like these short things. That's why I picked up the No Such Thing as a Fish, which is another podcast that Joe and I love. We went to go see it live. And this entire... I've got 3 of their books for each year, and it's just weird and random facts. Perfect for Count Factula, in fact, I don't even know why I don't actually refer to those books. Every week, I'm fucking trying to look for like a new fact.
You're in there shitting constantly underneath a pile of facts.
There's me reading facts going, I need to think, how can I think of a new fact this week? Yeah.
Right. So going back to the apps, which was mentioned in the phones and stuff, it is believed the more apps you have on your phone, the more time you spend on the toilet.
Okay.
Apparently.
Okay. It is widely known I spend a lot of time on the toilet, and my phone is absolute chocolate.
How many apps have you got? Yeah.
I've got thousands. I've seen thousands.
Right. 40,000 people manage to hurt themselves in the bathroom in the US every year.
Okay.
The first cubicle in a row is the least occupied, therefore the cleanest in most toilets.
The first in a row?
The first cubicle in a row.
Oh, like as you walk into a toilet?
As you walk into a toilet. Is 9 times out of 10 the least occupied.
Do you reckon that is because people assume it's the most used?
Yep, probably. Surprised me.
That's good info.
You've just changed Joe's life.
Oh, mate.
A couple more.
Couple
more. And then
well, Matt knows, because every time we go out, I need to find somewhere to have a shit.
Yeah. I always offer you my chest, but you always, let me down.
Well, some clubs frown on that.
A couple more. So it costs NASA $20 million to create the toilet for the International Space Station.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
More people have mobile phones than toilets in the world. And then my favourite one: most toilets flush in E flat.
Oh, I like that.
Wow. Matt's like, okay, I can make a song out of that.
How do you think I made Eighth Deadly Sin?
I did wonder why the whole album was in E flat. That was a lot of facts about toilets. Thanks for that.
That was a clusterfuck.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Shall I go next?
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
Okay, cool. So you may have heard this one before, but I found it very interesting. The moose, the Great American Moose. One of its natural.
Do you mean American or Canadian?
What I meant was Canadian. The Great Canadian
American
Moose.
all fucking same, Louis.
Yeah, the blunder goose. Goose? Blunder goose and Canadian moose.
The blunder goose and Canadian moose. Okay, yep. So anyway, a natural predator of the moose is the killer whale or the orca. So moose.
It's mooses.
They like to have a swim. They find it quite relaxing, and when they're going for a swim, orcas come up and gobble them up. But when I was looking into this, it turns out that orcas are right bastards. They will basically attack anything. So seals, dolphins, and the interesting thing is, killer whales, Mises. They go. One of my favourite things is they go after all types of shark, including the great white shark. They've been known to gang up and flip them over so they get disorientated and eat their livers.
Just the liver. They got like little forceps and stuff.
Well, apparently it's a liver of a great white shark is one of the densest sources of calories you can find in the ocean. And they know. And the weird thing is, it must be like a evolutionary thing, because they know exactly where the liver is on a great white shark. So they flip it over, it gets all fucked up, and then they're blah, 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 blah. Oh shit! Kicked my microphone. Got so excited about that fact.
You keep kicking your mic throughout this.
Well, I get very excited.
Are you trying to get its liver out?
Yeah, I'm trying to get liver,
Mike.
Yeah, my little feet did a little dance to the anticipation of eating a great white shark liver. Yeah.
Sharks absolutely scare the hell out of me.
Well, this is interesting as well. I was reading this as well. Great white sharks are really afraid of most things. If they're near the shore and they hear in the distance, for example, the sound of a dog, they'll swim away.
Huh.
It was a lot of fear about sharks came from Jaws and Jaws 2, and that really demonized the shark, when actually killer whales are much more deadly and you should be much more scared of them. Don't believe the hype from the zoo. Oh, zoo? What are they? Aquarium.
The sharks
those zoos constantly like trying to put people off animals.
sharks
Sharks will kill you.
I only call aquariums wet zoos. So don't believe the hype from the wet zoos.
Woos.
So you're insinuating then? So if a shark sort of swimming away casually hears a dog, it's all like, oh, my liver.
Yeah, shit. But that's a fucking orca. Protect the liver, boys.
Or lectors in the area.
So, okay. Oh, shit. I've just closed everything now. Right, yeah, so that's my facts. So, Matt, do you want to hit us with some knowledge?
I will hit you with some knowledge. First off, we actually had a fact sent in to us from our usual patriot, Scott Donaldson. And his fact, I'm going to go to my fact, but I just want to read his out first.
Dot Donaldson.
Virgin boy eggs are a traditional dish of Dongyang, Zhejiang, China, in which eggs are boiled in the urine of young boys who were presumably peasants, preferably under the age of 10.
What the fuck?
I hate it, thanks.
That's what I'm having for breakfast.
Yummy. Take mine to go, please.
Wee eggs.
Keep quiet in there. I'll grab your piss in the morning.
Wee virgin eggs.
Yes. So there's that. I'll leave you with that. We'll just move on from that.
Let that marinate in your mind.
Yep. So last week, on the other episode I did like a little cluster of like words that you use, but now I'm going to use. I've been doing some research on expressions that I used and how they came about.
Are we doing clusters now? Did I miss something where one fact becomes 15?
Well, I say that. I'm saying that. I'm only going to do two.
No, come on. Hit us with it. It was quite interesting last time we did it.
So, you know the phrase paint the town red?
Yes.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
Is it cutting the tail off a dog and wagging it around?
Taking its liver.
Well, the shark shouts, oh, my liver. Yeah.
The phrase paint the town red most likely owes its origin to one legendary night of drunkenness. In 1837, the Marquis of Waterford, a known lush and mischief maker, led a group of friends on a night of drinking through the English town of Melton Mowbray. The bender culminated in vandalism after Waterford and his fellow revellers knocked over flower pots, pulled knockers off of doors, and broke the windows of some of the town's buildings. To top it all off, the mob literally painted a toll gate, the doors of several homes, and a swan statue with red paint. Marquis and his pranksters. The Marquis and his pranksters later compensated Melton for the damages, but their drunken escapade is likely the reason that the paint the town red becomes shorthand for a wild night out.
That's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think pulling the knockers off of doors has the same ring to it.
Let's go pull the knockers off the door.
Whoa!
Fun fact,
That's interesting.
Melton Mulberry is also where the pork pie was invented.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go. And
I fucking love Joe's random trivia. Sorry, it just comes out of nowhere. It's like, by the way, did you know?
He's a delight. He's a delight to have a date with. And I won't do too many. But the last one is crocodile tears. You know the phrase crocodile tears?
Yeah,
I do.
Is it from Peter Pan?
So modern English speakers use the phrase crocodile tears to describe a display of superficial or false sorrow. But the saying actually derives from a medieval belief that crocodiles shed tears of sadness while they killed and consumed their prey. Yeah. The myth dates back as far as the 14th century and comes from the book The Travels of Sir John Mandeville. Wildly popular upon its release, the tome recounts a brave knight's adventure during his supposed travels through Asia. Among its fabrications, the book includes a description of crocodiles that notes, "These serpents slay men and eat them weeping, and they have no tongue." While factually inaccurate, Mandeville's account of weeping reptiles later found its way into the works of Shakespeare, and crocodile tears became an idiom as early as the 16th century.
Yeah,
Wow.
It doesn't have the same ring as crocodile comfort eating.
Yeah, so there you go. There's my Count Factula.
So basically, they're middle-aged divorcees, just eating their dinner, crying.
That's it.
Go wrong.
I love the idea of a middle-aged divorcee. I don't know why.
All right then, Dave. That leaves you, Dave. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, Dave. Before you go, obviously this isn't going to work very well for the podcast, but Dave has got a chair with him that just says Brazzers behind him. Is this something you want to tell us, mate? What have you been up to?
I've been paid a lot of money recently. No, I've always looked at Ash's chair. I don't know. Again, it's obviously very visual.
Ash's chair, for anyone that can't see, says
Brazen.
brazen. Yeah.
Brazen. With a big yellow Z. And I've always kind of...
And also your T-shirt, Dave. The fact that it just says coronavirus on it, and then the tour dates on the back.
Go on then. For the sake of the camera, show us the back.
Yeah. Or the location, the locations.
I didn't see
China, Europe,
Oh wow!
Australia,
What a world tour it was.
It's a great time we had.
So, what is your fact?
Well, my fact. Where do I begin? So this one I found really interesting, actually. Did you know everyone is blind for roughly 40 minutes a day?
Oh,
from blinking.
You know that?
no.
Oh,
Are blind? No, not even from blinking. It's so when
Wanking?
your eyes from wanking. Yes, from wanking so much we'll go blind. That's my fact.
hey,
When
that's
it's
why I don't know
basically
what you guys actually look like.
Wow.
So you go blind even when your eyes are fully open, not through blinking. Obviously, I assume blinking would be, if you added up all the amount of time that you're blinking, it must be something. But when your eyes move, your brain purposely blocks your vision, which is why you can't see the motion of your own eyes. So in order to test that, if you've ever got a mirror and you've got someone with you, look at a mirror face on and stare at one eye, and then go from looking at that eye, so say you're looking at your left eye, and then swap to your right eye, and you won't be able to see your eyes move. But if anyone's looking at you, let's say like a family member or a friend who's with you, they will see your eyes shift to either side.
Oh, okay.
So
I've got a mirrored kitchen surface, and I'm doing it right now.
I just
I
noticed
wonder
that
what you
were
was
doing
doing.
that. I noticed that you were
Staring
looking
away.
over. I thought you were looking.
And you were dead still. I thought your camera had froze.
Wait, are my eyes moving?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
just ever
weird.
so gently doing that.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
so gently.
Ever so gently. Now, this is called, and I like this word because it sounds like something else. It's called saccadic.
There he is. That's what I wanted from a fact.
Yeah, this is due to the phenomenon called saccadic masking. And basically, if we didn't
been
have
there, mate.
saccadic masking, got a saccadic masking, man. If we didn't have this, our eyes would look like we were watching like something like the Blair Witch Project. You know how like kind of jittery, like when you can see people stepping around and stuff like that, when it's kind of a badly filmed film or purposely that shaky camera thing. If we didn't sack a dick, we'd watch our eyes.
So, ladies or men, if you're at home right now, suck a dick to help your eyesight.
Yeah.
Saccadic masking. It helps your eyes.
Oh,
That was
Lovely.
really good. I liked that one.
that was Count Factula, everyone.
Sometimes your meat is rather dry. You look at your plate, let out a sigh. Just when I thought it was the end, the slosh of mum's gravy premium blend.
Meat lube. Just like Mom used to make.
Welcome to Shit News, the segment we couldn't think of a better name for.
We did come out with some other ideas, but then we decided, no, it's shit news.
Shit News. Actually, you came up with some quite clever names for it. What did you come up with?
But no, I only just copied the ones from the last podcast we did, where the news just sin.
Yeah, this just.
Oh, yeah, this just sin. Okay,
But then we all agreed on just calling it news.
Shit news.
It's a better name.
So we are your 4 wily news reporters, and we have got all the headlines the lamestream media won't report on. So this is the only place you need to get your news from. So this week, we've got headstrong Steph Davis shows off hair transplant results to rid her of a high forehead.
That's not a forehead, that's a five head.
Bella Hadid and Kylie Jenner among stars topping up their tan in Heatwave. Wow.
Wow, news.
Whoa.
Inside Eddie from Gogglebox incredible leads home. I clicked on it. She's got quite like a normal home. It's got a bed and stuff. Couple find exotic insect inside broccoli package. And my favourite wholesome story this week was feisty old Polish grandma, 103, beats coronavirus, then cracks open a Bud Light. That was quite nice. She got coronavirus. She went home. First thing she did was like, get me a fucking Bud Light.
I've got a lot of time for that.
But the story I really want to focus on this week is, and I think the headline, realistically, I only need to read the headline. Man stole 126 pairs of flip-flops to have sex with them. So a man in Thailand has been accused of stealing his neighbour's flip-flops in order to have sex with them. Please say that, I'm going to get this name wrong. Theopat Clearer, 24, has a fetish for flip-flops and pinched 126 pairs from locals in Non-Thaburi, central Thailand. He allegedly told officers that he would wear the flip-flops, cuddle them, kiss them, rub them on his naked body, and then have sex with them. I mean, it's good that he didn't go straight to the sex. He went around the houses. He gave them a hug, a cuddle, and had sex with them.
I mean, it's nice to have a hobby. There's no kink shaming here. But yeah, good. I mean, good for him.
The lucky boy, always flippy floppies.
Lucky boy. So
Matthew.
over to Dartford with the latest news.
Hello, yes, this is Victor. Yes, I'm here. I'm in my living room. Yes, the latest poo news is coming in right now.
Oh, God.
There's been lack of poo on the podcast so far, and it's just come in right now. One giant isopod in Toba Aquarium poops for the first time in 2 years. So, do you know what an isopod is?
Is it like it's like a kind of looks like a giant cockroachy type thing, right?
It looks like a woodlouse.
That woodlouse, that's the one I was looking for, yeah.
Yeah, so they're quite adorable little creatures, but they are a bit creepy. They're very dinosaur-y, you know. So, yeah, if you don't know what an isopod is, please Google it. Now, an isopod can grow up to 1/2 meter long, and there's a great video on YouTube of it actually killing a shark. So imagine a giant woodlouse killing a shark. And they're funny little creatures. And basically, they will not poop very often. And this one in the Toba Aquarium poops for the first time in 2 years, and they held a party for it as well after it. But they
what? Oh, that's
Party for its. Say that again.
Yeah, so they actually had a little party.
a poop party.
Yeah, they had a little poop party for the isopod because it pooped. But the previous ones they found they found particles of food in them that never existed when they were in the aquarium. The longest that's been documented is that an isopod went 7 years without pooping. So yeah, that's one of my facts about isopods, because you know it's not a Synonym podcast without a fact about a crustacean.
Sorry, we're in shit news, not Count Factula, Matt. Remember that?
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, I'm getting confused here. So yeah, the feces was found to contain scales of fish not served by the aquarium. And this is a breakthrough in the field of giant isopod regularity in the science world.
Wow, fucking hell. Editor Joe, this is where you're going to do a screen wipe to make it look seamless. That we've paused this. This just in. It turns out that 3 out of 4 of us got the same news story about the guy with the flip-flops. So I went first.
It was
because I'm the most important, and I wasn't looking at the screen. And it turns out that both Ash and Dave had the same fucking story.
So they've had to panic look for one.
Yeah, being the wily news reporters that they are, they have endeavoured to find you the hot news from across the world. So, Ashley Tarrant, what's hitting hot?
Okay, so this was from the 25th of May. Miracle declared as Mary statue outside flats transforms into Jesus overnight. Residents got a surprise when a statue outside their block of flats in Dublin was unveiled to actually be Jesus after they spent years thinking it was Mother Mary. Turns out, after a deep clean, it was actually Jesus all along.
Well, did they do a deep clean and then it had a beard or something?
Basically, like from the looks of it, and this is like older generations as well. It's been there for a long, long time, where it was just dirty. They just assumed it was the Virgin Mary, and then like it got deep cleaned during the coronavirus epidemic, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's fucking Jesus!"
What?
Yeah. They're all like,
dirty,
I mean, Jesus is depicted as having long hair, isn't he? So,
yeah,
either that or Mary was a drag queen.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jesus was a drag queen.
I don't mean to be funny, but I like looking at the before and after pictures. It looks like Jesus to me. I mean, it don't look like the Virgin Mary, but still, it's like everyone has had a good laugh about it. When I look at it now, it's hard to believe we all thought it was Mary after all these years.
and that is what the ultra religious are known for—a good laugh.
Yeah.
Apparently he's been there for 60 years, and the older generations apparently thought it was Mary as well. So
there's no love like a Christian's hatred.
There you go. Numpty 3000. There we go.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. So next on the news block, who do we have coming in? Yes, this is Mr. Grave. Hello, Mr. Grave, are you there?
I'm coming in live to you now, Matthew, and I've got this interesting news. A woman wakes up in a funeral home after being wrongly declared dead.
What the fuck?
Lucky her, hey? What has happened here? So, Gladys Rodriguez de Guat, I don't know if I've said that right, I do apologise.
Definitely not.
Probably wrong. Percent wrong. Smart to rush to hospital after sensing an unnerving spike in blood pressure. After all, the 46-year-old suffers from ovarian cancer.
Oh.
That would have been dark. I was about to make a joke there, and I was like, nope, won't anymore.
Hey, the news don't play to you, doesn't play to your sensibilities. The news is the news, Ash.
It's factual, mate.
I just had spike in blood pressure. I thought, oh, my liver.
Those fucking killer whales are after my liver again.
Those bastards. But in a turn of events, however, she later woke up in a body bag, headed for a funeral home after being declared dead.
That's grim.
The undertaker's wrongly and seemingly routine job, the body bag sprang back to life, was something like a scary moment back in the back of the vehicle.
So, sorry, when you say Undertaker, do you mean Undertakers or do you mean WWE wrestler?
I mean the WWE wrestler.
It's in the back of his Ford sedan.
Rest in peace.
Ready for another silent show. He was going to chuck her in the crowd, just trying to fill it out a little bit more.
Isn't that like there's a lot of people have got that fear of waking up in a grave?
It used to be quite a common thing. I don't know if you guys know. They used to put
the bells
on a piece of string going down into the grave.
So it used to be a common thing that people got buried alive, or that people were worried about being buried alive.
People got buried alive.
People got buried alive.
Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking. I don't know the actual time, but we're talking a long time.
Yeah, because I mean, back then they didn't have heart monitors and all that sort of stuff. So if someone sort of went out and you couldn't feel a pulse, they were like, "He's dead," and it might just be a low pulse.
Also reminds me of that terrible film. What was that terrible film where the guy was buried alive and most of the film was just him in the box? And was it Ryan Reynolds?
It was called Buried. I actually really enjoyed that film.
Oh, but it was just mostly shots of him. I was like, this is boring.
Cinema.
So
Die.
Off topic.
yeah, well, was it in Kill Bill? She gets buried alive as well.
Yeah, but in Kill Bill,
She's a
you know.
punch.
And Kill Bill's a real story, so
Real story, 100% factual.
that happened. I think maybe it might be better to be cremated alive.
Chromated.
Chromated?
Just sounds like you're getting gangbanged by a bunch of crows.
Oh.
Hey,
Chromated.
that's what I'm into.
How do you think he got his name? That's his origin story. That's what happened before he fell into a vat of crows.
When I say I fell into a vat of crows, it was just a crow orgy.
He fell into a vat of crow orgies.
I fell into a crab crows.
Crab
Crows. They got the head of a crow, the body of a crab.
I mean, could the perfect thing exist?
You tell me.
The perfect creature doesn't exist.
And that is your news roundup for this week.
This is shit news.
This is shit news. Beep, 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 beep.
Ahoy mateys, Seaman Snatch here. Do you like cod or haddock? Little fishes, maybe some tiny little shrimpies, or something else to get your juices flowing? Maybe, like me, you like it bigger. Introducing Megalodon meat, hearty chunks of flesh with all the flavour of the early Miocene era. I like my meg meat like I like my women, large and stinking of fish. If you like your meat big, then come inside Seaman Snatcher's salty seafood emporium. It's dripping. Patrons must be 18 stone or over. Oh, meg meat.
Right, so every week I like to come up with a little game for us to play. And usually I come up with these games off my own back. But this
And
week
they're always good.
they're always good.
Sorry.
And this week I haven't. I've been very busy with work, but a friend has recommended me one that's similar to my ilk of game. And it's Tolkien or Antidepressants, or Lord of the Rings and Drugs, as I called it in the chat. So, who's seen Lord of the Rings here?
Yeah, I've seen Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen the Hobbit series.
Okay. Well,
I've seen one of the Hobbit series.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you've got to tell me if it's a Tolkien character or an antidepressant. So the first one is Haldir.
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 That's the
I think
that's
it's
the
Tolkien.
Tolkien.
I'd say that's Tolkien.
Dave?
Tolkien, I think.
Tolkien. Let's go with Tolkien. Correct. He was an elf of the Lothorian, probably a Sylvian elf, and some other shit. Some other nerd shit.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
also known as my second cousin.
Narmasil.
I think that's a Lord of the Ring. I think that's a Tolkien as well.
I'm going to say antidepressant.
Do you know what? I'm going to say antidepressant as well.
Okay, it is a Tolkien character. He's the 17th king of Gondor after the death of his father, Anthony II.
No, I'm depressed.
What about Sintamil?
I think that's a Tonkin.
Tonkin.
That's a Tonkin character.
A Tolkien character.
So Matt thinks it's a Tonkin. Yeah. What about you guys?
I'll go with that as well because it's similar.
Everyone's
to the
going
other
with Tolkien.
No, I'm going to say antidepressant again.
Dave's
It
going
is.
for drugs.
It's otherwise known as nitrozapamine. It's a tricyclic antidepressant introduced by Seba Kibi. Mate, I can't say any of this, let alone.
We'll just go with your answer.
Basically, what it says
that's
is it's used to cure depression in India. What about,
Specifically India.
Indian depression.
okay, what about Nardil?
It doesn't. It's really confusing and hard when you say it in the style of Lord of the Rings.
Nardil.
No. You have to keep that up.
Nardil.
I think that is a drug.
Okay, drug.
Yeah, I think that's also a drug. That one seems to stand out in my head, but now I'm wondering if it's Tolkien.
Okay, what's our final answers here? So
I'm going drug.
Drug. Let's go
Actually,
drug.
Tolkien.
I'm going
Correct.
Tolkien.
It is a drug. It's a non-selective and irreversible monoamine, something or other. It's an antidepressant.
It's an antidepressant for Cuba.
Escalith.
Scaleth. Oh, that's a Tolkien. No, I feel that's a Tolkien.
Even I think that's a Tolkien.
No, I don't. I'm going to go the opposite. Antidepressant.
Sounds like a villain.
Oh no, it is an antidepressant. It's lithium carbonate.
Oh,
It's used to treat manic depressive disorder, bipolar.
oh.
That's why I know what it is.
All right, one more.
One more. Arresto.
Tolkien.
I think. No, I think that's a drug.
I'm going to say Tolkien.
Arresto. It is Tolkien. He was the chief counselor of Elrond's household at the time of the War of the Ring. So there you go. That was.
I've got one. Pistol. No, I'm joking.
Pistol.
So that was drugs or Lord of the Rings. A little quick game to cleanse your palate.
Oh, what has this podcast become?
I quite like that. I think you should
kick my mic again.
You should
Stop kicking your mic.
How many did you say were on there, Joe? How many?
There's 24 on there. Play it with your friends and family.
Literally do like 5 or something the next one as well.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Just do a little segment each one.
All right,
Okay.
stop this.
So, what's next?
your mum.
Oh, okay.
Mum's next.
The Blank O Mattic is next.
The blank bank.
I'm probably just going to cut this all out.
Introducing Bop It SX, the first bopping specifically for adults. Twist it. Spin it. Flick it. Pull it. Grind it. Lick it. Suck it. F it. Bop it. Ow! Time 30 seconds. New record. Bop It SX. Get it in your local Juicy Crew toy store retailer. Required 2 players. Recommended 3+. This is not a family game. Blank O Mattic, it's chromatic, it's dramatic. Blank O Mattic, it's Blank O Mattic.
Okay, weenies, it is time for my favourite part of the podcast, the Blank O Mattic. Now, obviously, we're at home, we're in lockdown, we're struggling, and there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than your fucking neighbour giving you grief, giving you aggro. You know, because I'm that neighbour who causes the aggro.
You are. And once again, you've forgotten to explain what the segment is.
Right, so the Blank O Mattic. I'm so shit at these. I've also had a few drinks. So,
Yeah, we've all
anyway.
had a few drinks. Let's we'll use
Hey,
that as
it's fun. It's the fun of it.
It's fucking
so the Blank.
it's Thursday.
It's the Blank O Mattic. Basically, we found a online generator. We fill in the missing words, and once we filled in the missing words, we click go, and it will come up with either a letter, a short story, a little blurb, based on the answers that we have given it. And this week, we are asking, we are going to object to our neighbour. That's what the title of it is, apparently.
I like it.
So, are we ready to get started with this?
Let's do it.
Yes, I'm a very
Okay.
objectionable man.
Yes, you are. The name you call your neighbour, e.g. Fred, Mrs. Shush, or Mr. Loud.
Mr. Loud.
Mr. Loud.
What do you call your neighbour?
Frederick Cumpants.
Frederick Cumpants. Frederick Cumpants.
I lost steam halfway through that.
Frederick. All right, Mr. Cumpants.
Nigel,
name.
going on, come. Nigel Cummington.
I like Frederick Cumpants.
Dominic Cumming.
No,
Oh no! Don't say his name. Look, you did it. He did it.
don't say. Get off. Get off.
We're
this
gonna have
podcast.
to impose a fine of €200 for that.
Euros.
Yeah. Right. So,
I'll get them.
how have you felt about living near your neighbour up until now?
What's the yeah? What's
No,
the
there's
example?
no examples. It just says like, if I click suggest, it says like happy, fun.
Oh, okay.
62.5% aroused.
No, we can do better than that.
Okay.
It's all right, but
Risky.
Wait, so how have I felt? The early days were good.
But when he kept coming his pants.
the early days were good until he opened that ghost box.
To open that ghost box and bled on my smallest child.
The early days were good until he opened up the ghost box and bled on my child.
No, my smallest child.
My smallest child. Okay,
Poor old
good.
Timothy.
An adjective to describe your neighbour, e.g. noisy, annoying, friendly.
Succulent.
Succulent.
Succulent? Yeah, we can have succulent.
Yeah. Why not?
Sure. What things about your neighbour are you finding intolerable?
How many things we got to put?
We've got 2.
I always spaffing on my eldest child.
Spaffing? Always spaffing.
He's
Spaffing on
his slightly torn flared jeans.
torn blade.
Public fart stains on my piano.
Fart stains. Have your farts left a stain, Matt?
How many of these have we got to
We've
do?
got one more. Fart stains on patio.
His Rick Astley covers every Tuesday night.
What are we putting for this?
I don't fucking know. Fart stains on my window.
I just put in fart stains on my window.
In brackets, sang to the style of Massive Attack.
No, I'm not right.
Any song by Massive Attack.
Right. Two aspects of the first problem, singular.
What was the first problem again?
Always spaffing on my oldest child.
My oldest child is very wet and scared.
Wet and scared.
Also slightly aroused.
62% aroused.
60.5% aroused.
You've awoken my eldest child's sexuality, and now he's 62.8% aroused.
62.5% aroused. Sexuality awakened. Okay. Adjectives to describe each of those aspects. Filthy, thin, loud.
Yeah, he's filthy, thin, and loud. That little shit.
Chris.
No, we've already got wet and scared. Flamboyant and feisty.
Why would he be flamboyant? Who are we describing? I'm confused now.
An object. No, wait. Adjectives to this. No, listen. Adjectives to describe each of those aspects.
So are we describing him drenching my eldest son with sperm?
Yeah. What adjective
Now
would
it
you
makes
use?
sense.
Creamy?
I would creamy.
Creamy's for sure. Creamy's got to go in there, yeah.
Sticky.
And
Sticky like Jasmine Rice.
Sticky like Jasmine Rice. Jasmine Rice. Not sticky rice. Jasmine.
Froth of a McDonald's milkshake.
Oh.
yeah, I'm gonna replace. Instead of creamy, I'm gonna write creamy and frothy.
Yeah.
Frothy.
Obviously.
Creamy and frothy,
like a McDonald's milkshake.
McDonald's milkshake. Okay.
And Sticky is Jasmine Rice.
That is great. That's a fucking winner line right there.
Sticky like Jasmine Rice.
I mean, that's the podcast name, isn't it, right there?
Yes.
That is the podcast name.
Sticky as Jasmine.
Jasmine Rice.
Are we sticky as or sticky like?
I mean, take your pick.
Sticky. I like sticky as Jasmine Rice.
Okay.
Sticky as Jasmine Rice.
Okay, sticky as Jasmine rice. An object that could be involved in the dispute, e.g., drumstick, hedge trimmer. Think of a random
cock.
Mother's chuff.
Sad Nan's discharge.
A strap-on whisk.
Strap-on whisk. I thought
we got. Ash
lost Ash there.
Connection.
Ash died.
I didn't just unplug my mic in the excitement of all of this. So what was we saying? We were saying his cock, yeah? That was.
No, we're not saying his cock. An object that could be involved in the dispute.
Strap-on sex whisk.
Strap-on sex whisk. And...
Strap-on sex
I think there's only one.
Flame retardant flamethrower.
His celibate wife.
Flame retardant flamethrower.
I'm just going to use strap-on sex whisk. What actions would you like your neighbour to take?
Thrusting. What?
Stop holding badgers.
No, just stop it. Just stop it.
Stop it.
Comma, just stop it.
Stop it. Just stop it. Comma, stop.
Brackets, that's not good, please.
Stop it. Stop. Just stop. Brackets. What?
That's not good, please.
That's not good, please. And the second one, what action would you like? Stop.
No, we said stop already.
Yeah, there's quit stealing the mallards from the stealing the mallards from the lake.
What?
Mallard chucker.
Stop giving bread to the birds. It's my bread. Quit giving all the bread to the birds.
Quit giving bread to mallards. It's bad for them.
It's bad for their tums.
Yeah. Quit giving bread to mallards. It's bad for their tums.
Doesn't hold enough nutrition to keep...
The name of your neighbourhood. Such e.g. Wisteria Lane.
You said Tabasco Land. Is that what you said?
Yes.
We can Tabasco Avenue.
Tabasco Terrace.
I like Tabasco Avenue.
Tabasco Avenue.
I want to rock down to Tabasco Avenue.
Tabasco Avenue.
And let me take it higher.
Tabasco Avenue, Spice City.
Yeah, good.
Okay. An adjective to describe the neighbourhood, e.g. respectable, quiet.
Right.
Spicy, apparently.
Cold.
Amish.
Hot.
Amish. Amish.
Yeah, Amish.
Yeah, let's just keep it Amish. Just simple. Who will you call if the problem gets worse?
Ghostbusters.
I mean, you are opening up a ghost box.
It's opened up a ghost box.
Nanny June.
Nanny McPhee.
Barry Manilow.
Nanny.
Ghostbusters, Nanny McPhee, and Billy D. Williams.
I'm not right at that. I think we should have the name of a nan.
Bruce Springsteen.
We've got
Nan?
phone.
You could put my nan in, Nanny Marion.
Nanny Marion. What's her surname?
Marshall.
Nanny Marion.
Nanny Marion Marshall.
Nanny Marion Marshall.
What's your favourite social network? We can make it up.
What was that? What was that one that was like MySpace?
Facepick.
Face Party.
Was it Friendster?
Face Party, yeah. Face Party, yeah.
Chatterbait.
Oh, yeah.
Chatterbait.
Chat roulette.
Okay.
Roulette, God.
Chat roulette. Okay. A group that people might find intimidating, e.g. the mafia.
Pedos are off. Me and Dave are on the same wavelength.
the pedo patrol.
Pedo gang.
The Poddington pedos.
Nonsense.
The Poddington pedos. Down at the bottom of the garden. Amongst the kids and the fleas. Poddington pedos. Great. Great. We've really gone down a gutter on this one, haven't we? And finally, what's your name? Joe, take it away.
Oh, fucking... Oh, I don't know. Clifford.
The big red dog.
Clifford Swingamajig.
Clifford Swingamajig.
Oh, it was a lot slower than
Right.
normally with the fucking name there.
Yeah, right. I'm clicking. Write me a letter, okay?
I'm scared. Someone hold me.
Oh, sorry. We can't have the words "cum" and "sex."
We'll change sex to SECK.
Where do? Oh, S.
I'm gonna get a beer.
SAX. Strap on sax whisk.
Bill Clinton has entered the chat.
And I'm calling him Frederick Crumpants.
In some ways, I like that more.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with. Okay, are we ready? Right, everyone, take a sip of your drink. That's a good sound. Okay,
That was my Guinness.
so there you are. Your neighbour's annoying you. You need to write a letter, and here we go. The title of the letter is called "Enough with your creamy and frothy like a McDonald's milkshake, wet and scared and sticky as jasmine rice, 62% aroused, sensuality awakened." I mean, going by that intro, I got a feeling this is going to be all over the fucking place.
Did we? Right? Is this the week we went too far? That's the question.
I think this is the week we might have gone too far. Dear Frederick Crumpants, I've always felt the early days were good until he opened up the ghost box and bled on smallest child living near to you. You're the most succulent neighbour a person could ever meet. Therefore, you must understand how difficult it has been for me to approach you with this matter. I'm afraid I can no longer stand your always spaffing on my eldest child.
That's pretty hard to tolerate.
Stop coming on my kids. I lay in bed last night trying to sleep, and all I could think about was how you're wet and scared is too creamy and frothy like a McDonald's milkshake, and you're 62.5% aroused, sensuality awakened, way too sticky as jasmine rice. I think we went a bit too much there. I had a nightmare that you burst in through the window brandishing a strap-on sex whisk.
Sorry, was that a strap-on sax whisk?
Here's a sax whisk. I have to insist that you take action to stop your always spaffing on my oldest child from upsetting me. I demand that you stop it. Just stop. Stop. That's not good, please. Then, quit giving bread to mallards. It's bad for their tums. And while we're on the matter, I'm finding your fart stains on my window increasingly inexcusable. This is not the kind of behaviour I expect from somebody living in an Amish neighbourhood. In an Amish neighbourhood like Tabasco Avenue, Spice City. If you don't rectify the situation, I shall have no choice but to call Nanny Marion Marshall and post photos of you always spaffing on my oldest child on chat roulette.
Don't do it.
Furthermore, I have close ties with the Paddington pedos. And I won't be afraid to cash in a few favours if they don't comply with my demands.
The fucking Paddington pedos.
Oh my god. Thanks, Clifford Swingamajig. I mean, I like how it's basically like, if you don't stop, I will share child porn of my child to the Paddington pedos.
That got real weird, but I love it.
My kids.
I thought that was going to be a shit one, but it turned out to be.
It came out all right. It came out all right.
Horrific.
Wow.
Oh,
There we go.
Well, that's your lot, isn't it?
That's the Blank O Mattic. That is our lot. Oh, well,
we've had fun, haven't we?
we've had fun.
As always.
We still keep on rolling, doing our thing. With regards to Victor and the Bully, I'm just going to throw some other bits out that we are talking about. We are still writing on tracks. We're still working on music. We're still trying to get things going. So that when all of the incident is over, we can turn up on stage with some new songs and some new creamy goodness to show you. We're still having a good time to that. Anything else you'd like to add, Joe?
Yeah, I suppose the thing for me is that I think this last episode, the last episode that we all did together, we put it up on YouTube for the first time, didn't we? And how many views did you say we got? We got over 100, didn't we?
Yeah, but I think we got about 120
views. So I suppose
That's awesome, guys.
For us talking shit for an hour and a half to an hour and 45, to have over 100 people watch that is pretty touching. And we've had some really good feedback.
Yeah, we have had some great.
And I just want to say, if you've listened, if you've got this far, then thank you, because
well done.
Realistically, it's four old friends reminiscing and talking absolute bollocks. And if you've listened this far, we love you.
And we also know that it is quite tricky to listen to something for an hour and a half. But honestly, I
don't have that attention span.
Yeah, but if you do like the videos, please let us know. Please also give a like and subscribe to the Victor and the Bully YouTube channel. And it's also just give your likes wherever it can. Make sure you like the Facebook page. Blah, blah, blah. This is Sin and Jim Podcast. If you've got any facts you'd like to send in or anything, any game ideas or whatever, please send it to sinandginpodcast@gmail.com. We love you guys. Also, thanks to Beth Robertson for doing all your little pictures and videos. The meme queen, Beth Robertson.
The meme queen.
You are an absolute legend. And this is the Sin and Jim Podcast. Bye.
Bye. I love you.
I love you.